Hey everyone, welcome back to the Power Apps Component Framework series. In episode 1, we explored what PCF is, why it matters, and how it empowers developers to build truly custom components inside Power Apps. Today, in episode 2, we're going to do something super important, that is, to set up your PCF development environment from scratch. If you want to follow along with the rest of this series, this setup is essential. Let's take a quick look at what we will cover today. We will start by installing Node.js and more specifically the NPM. This is essential because the PCF toolchain uses Node for building and running your components. Next, we will install the Power Platform CLI or PAC CLI, which is a command line tool provided by Microsoft to create, build, and manage PCF components. We will also run a quick validation command to make sure it's installed correctly. Then we will install Visual Studio Code and set it up as development editor. I will show you the best extension to install and a few quick settings that will make your PCF component development smoother. After the environment is set, we will create our first actual PCF project using PAC CLI. We are going to use React framework flag so that we get modern component based development right from the start. Once the project is scaffolded, I will walk you through the folder and file structure, including what each XML, TypeScript, and config file is doing behind the scene. This will help you feel confident navigating your codebase going forward. And finally, we will build the control and run it inside the PCF test harness, which is a local browser-based sandbox that lets you test without deploying to Power Apps yet. It is where you will start seeing your code come to life. By the end of this video, your PCF development environment will be fully ready and you will have a working control up and running locally. So let's get started. Before we jump into installing anything, let's go over the prerequisites. These are the tools and components you will need to have on your machine for PCF development. The first one is Node.js. You will want to install Node.js latest LTS version, which ensures maximum compatibility and stability with the Power Platform CLI. Next is the .NET SDK, which is version 6 or later. This is required by the CLI under the hood to build and compile your control. You will also need Visual Studio Code as your editor. It's lightweight, supports TypeScript and JSX, and integrates beautifully with PCF development. Power Platform CLI. This is the official command line tool by Microsoft. We will use it to scaffold the project, build it, and later package it for deployment. And finally, it is highly recommended to have a Power App developer environment setup. This is optional for now, but we will need it when we start deploying the control into the actual app. Alright, now that you know what you need, let's get started with very first one, Node.js. Let's start with the first critical requirement, that is installing Node.js and .NET. Head over to nodejs.org and download the latest LTS version. This ensures compatibility with the Power Platform CLI and PCF tooling. After installing, open your terminal and verify both Node and NPM using the command shown on the screen, node-v and npm-v. You should see version numbers displayed. That means you are good to go. Next, we will install the .NET SDK. Visit the link shown on the screen and download .NET 6 or higher depending upon your OS. This is required by the CLI to run background build processes. Now let's get your development tools ready, starting with Visual Studio Code. Go to code.visualstudio.com and install VS Code for your platform, whether that's a Windows, Mac, or Linux. Once installed, open the extensions panel using Ctrl-Shift-X and search for Power Platform tools and click install. The extension provides CLI integration, templates, and IntelliSense, everything we will need. To verify CLI installation, open a terminal and type PAC. If you see the PAC CLI commands listed out, you are all set. Now it's time to create your first PCF component. In your terminal, run the following command which is shown on the screen. You can copy the command from the YouTube's description box below. This creates a full project folder with a working scaffold using React. Once it is done installing all the packages, go ahead and run npm run start. This command launches the local build process and runs the PCF control in a test harness. If you see a browser window with your component, it's working. Let's take a quick look at the project structure to get familiar with what just got created. Control manifest.input.xml. This defines your control metadata like name, type, input and outputs. Index.ts. This is the entry point that handles rendering and lifecycle. Control.tsx or hello-world.tsx in React, where the logic and UI of our component lives. Package.json. It manages project dependencies. tsconfig.json. It is TypeScript configuration for our project. As we move forward, these files will become very familiar. Don't worry, we will go step by step. Let's now learn how to build and test your PCF control locally using two simple commands. To build the project, do npm run build. Then, to launch the test harness, do npm start. The browser will open a test page showing your control. The test harness mimics Power Apps and lets you interact with the control before deploying it. It's perfect for debugging and testing functionality. In the next video, we will start adding logic to the control. We will write a UI and logic inside control.ts or hello-world.tsx in our case. We will also learn how to use properties and implement update view and simulate dynamic behavior inside the test harness. This is where your control goes from static to functional. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Let's build something awesome together. See you in episode 3. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep building, because every line of code is a step toward innovation.